So my client Ryan profited around $400,000 using our off-market deal system. And funnily enough, this was one of the first flips that he actually acquired through our system. And in this video, I just wanted to walk you through some proof, show you the lead, kind of show you the entire end-to-end scenario of how this lead was locked up, and basically just allow you to see the proof of this result we've been able to get with Ryan. So first, I'll start here with the Instagram post he made. I didn't ask him to do it, and I think actually sometimes that's the best marketing, is just organic marketing. And he just made this video on his own since he's big into content. So I wanted to let you hear from him directly, and then I'll go into the rest of the video.
Best flip to date, there's been a lot, but one stands out. It was actually last year. I purchased a house in a city that had very few comps, so I didn't really know what it was worth. I knew I got a good deal on it, but I had no idea what I was going to make on it. So I ended up purchasing that deal for $618,000. Put about $200,000 into the rehab. It was a pretty high-end area. I ended up selling that property for $1.28 million, making me about $400,000 in profit. That was by far my best flip project. I've done a handful of deals that are around six figures, $100,000 profit. But that one was by far the best so far. So my best flip.
So yeah, that's basically Ryan, just sharing the story. And Ryan signed up in December of 2020. And basically, if you've spoken to me on the phone or kind of the story, I had been primarily working with real estate agents for 4 years before I had met Ryan. And I was introduced to him by a good friend. And basically Ryan was interested in obviously off-market deals and flips. And so, he had just reached out and was, wondering if I had the ability to build an off-market deal system and basically find these deals and go directly to sellers. So I knew at that point in time that I had, enough experience and enough understanding to build something like this. I just hadn't done it. So I told him yes, and basically, in December of 2020, I built the system and, it started working, and within 1 month, this deal was locked up. And obviously this is a insane result. And, there's obviously some luck involved here, but I'm going to take it. I've worked really hard, since I've started, and I tell people too, if this is what I had to do just to get this result, then I'll take it. So even though, there's definitely some luck involved, I think everything lined up in terms of, where Ryan was at in his business and where I was at in my business, where this kind of just catapulted us both to the next level, and we're ready for it. So basically this property was in Bradbury, California. So I'm here in California. So it's probably about, 40, 50 minutes away from me. And I had heard of Bradbury since I was young. My mom's a real estate agent, and it's always kind of this, weird, it's not a known town, but even when he purchased it, he didn't really understand how good of a deal it was going to be because there weren't really any comparables. And, it was just one of these things where it was just Bradbury, it just happened to be in Bradbury. And so anyway, Doug, who was the person that actually, filled out the form and actually, filled out our survey, he was the trustee. Their mother had just passed away, and the entire family had lived in Arizona. And so basically, they grew up in that house together, and they just needed to sell it and pretty much be done with it. And the lead came in on, I think it was January 15th, you can see here. And by February 5th, the property was already locked up, so 21 days. And as you saw in the video, the price that it was acquired for was $618,000 and was sold on the market for $1.28. And this is just kind of the proof of, the actual conversation. So the lead came in and actually booked an appointment directly with our booked call funnel. and he booked it for Saturday and then responded immediately. The team, Ryan's team, called him, and then I'm just kind of showing you the main parts of the conversation. And then basically they had, or on this first phone call, the lead actually expected them to be physically going to the property to see it and make an offer on it. So they were actually going, I think, somewhere else. And when he said that, they were like, oh, shoot, we might as well go right now. So they went over to the house, and then basically this is the 2 minutes out, sir, text. And then later that night, they texted him, and then, they just kind of went back and forth. But he was serious about making a move. And, this is basically just him reaching back out. And then from there, it was pretty much the rest of the messages were just specifics about the actual like property and, basically what were the next steps. So I don't want to include too much sensitive information, but this was huge for everyone involved. And, like I said, Ryan didn't even tell me, about this until I think it was the end of 2021. So all of last year, I had basically, it's crazy, it's 2023 now, but I didn't really know about all these results, like I was aware of flipping and kind of, I'd heard of it and stuff like that because I'm in real estate, but you have to keep in mind, like I didn't spend any time working with investors or anything like that. So, for me, him getting deals and stuff, like I really didn't think much of it, honestly, because I just didn't know at the time. And then when I had asked him, at the end of the year, like, man, like, how'd you do? Like, because I'm speaking from the perspective of like a marketing agency owner. It's really challenging to get people results. Like if you go on my channel, you can see all the different strategies I know how to do. And, I'm great at what I do. I truly believe that. And, there's just so many variables that go into place in order to actually get somebody results. The timing, the market, their systems, their budget, how long they stay with us. There's all these different things that, unfortunately, I just can't control. And so I've had to learn to just kind of be okay with the fact that no matter how much effort I put into it, it may still fall short, and that's not on me. There's elements of it that are on me, but, at the end of the day, I've looked up, and I'll have to pause this, but basically I have a sheet that you may have seen on my channel called the Holy Grail sheet. And it's basically all the properties that I was able to ever source that ended up selling either on or off the market, with or without our clients. And I only started doing seller leads around late 2019 or early 2019. I'd have to find the dates, but people would tell me stuff didn't work and all these different things. And I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, when you look up the properties and, I find $100 million of sales, I'm not saying a client should have closed every single one of them, but I mean, there's things that I can do, right? Like, add more follow-up or, get VAs or get ISAs to work the leads, right? Those are all things that can be done. However, the truth, right, was that people came into our system, they requested a cash offer, and then they later sold, right? Originally, it was a home evaluation, right? So when I actually found out from Ryan, wow, dude, like what I've been doing actually changed the trajectory of your life and your business. Like I just ran with it. So if you've been on the channel or seen me before, I was making real estate agent content and you're like, oh man, like, now he's doing this. I mean, you have to understand that, like I said, in this game of real estate and being a marketing agency, There's a lot of negative connotations out there, and just the same with anything, right? So this was my chance to really run with something. And, to date, Ryan's closed, 10, 15 or more deals from the system. And, we basically made this together. So, you know, I just share all that because, like I said, one, I want you to know the story and just kind of the proof behind it. And then two, at the end of the day, there's not, I mean, if properties are coming into the system and they're selling, then, it really just kind of comes down to how do you create the conversation with the lead, and then how do you convert them? Because obviously we're sourcing the right properties, right? And that's what we've been able to do now is create an actual conversion system. So that's basically this case study. And, at the moment, like I said, I didn't really know what this was turning into, and there's obviously some luck involved. Had we known, we probably would have went to the property and done ads and done a whole thing, and maybe there's still something there. But this is just me putting this out there just to make sure that it's known and everyone can kind of see the proof of this. So, yeah, Ryan started with us in December of 2020, and basically within, 30, 40 days of launching the system, we had gotten a lead that had booked an appointment, and that deal ended up turning into over $400,000 in profit, or around $400,000 in profit. And this is just one of many deals that, we've been able to find. So if you're an investor and you are interested in working with us, there's a few different options you can do, like that you can work with us, basically, a few different ways you can. You can check out the links below. Would love to partner with you and just talk about some of the things we do. And that's pretty much it for this video. So I hope it finds you well, and looking forward to having you and some deals with you up on here, up on the channel. So talk to you soon. Bye-bye.